What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am here to do the review for Basketball Wives. I guess it's Miami. Season 5 episode, whatever the episode is. Don't really know. I haven't been here in so long. And if you guys... Here goes somebody else parking next to me. And if you guys did not watch my previous video that I posted explaining kind of where I've been and what's been going on, I just been gone. It was a long story. Y'all go watch the other video. We ain't got time to rehash all of that. Basketball Wives. What do you guys think about the show so far? I'll go back and forth between being bored and then being mildly entertained. It's enough to keep my attention, but only that. However, I think that maybe this season might redeem itself, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. But anyway, you guys, let's get to it, shall we? Now, first off, let's talk about Evelyn. Okay, so you guys know how we all feel about this whole stuff with Chad. Is it anybody else out there who feels like Evelyn has been spending most of the time on this show having to explain to everybody why she's not going to be back with Chad? I understand that everybody is concerned for Evelyn. If she was my friend, I would be concerned for her as well. But at some point, y'all got to understand that this is my fucking life. And if I want to go back to the nigga gonna bust me in the mouth or bust my forehead open or whatever it is, you know, I'm a grown-ass woman and let me make my decisions, my mistakes, whatever it is going to be. It's kind of annoying to have to watch her have to sit down and retell everybody why she did whatever it was that she did. Okay, that's how we learn, you guys. And what your mama used to tell you when you was a baby. Okay, a hard head make a what? A soft ass. Hey, that's really what it is. Now, I can't hate on the fact that her daughter is most concerned for her. That's what a daughter is supposed to do. I want my daughter to be always concerned for my well-being and everything. So I don't fault the daughter for really wanting to make sure that her mother doesn't, you know, make the same mistake twice and go back to a man who, you know, from what, you know, we all see from just the outside looking in, maybe might not deserve her or whatever. But yeah, it's just like, all right, get on with this. That's really all I got to say about Evelyn. What else? We gonna talk about her later on in the video. Now, Shaunie's play, The Wives of Basketball. Am I the only one who thinks that we get enough The Wives of Basketball on the show every week for an hour on Monday nights? We really need something on the fucking chitlin circuit for us to have to sit down and watch. Now, y'all know out there, I love y'all. My cousins, we love us a stage play, don't we? We gonna go to whatever the fuck it is. That commercial be like, come buy your tickets for My Mama Only Twerks for Jesus. And you guys will pay your $35 damn to go see it. So I'm not mad at the fact that Shaunie sees an opportunity to make money on this, because y'all gonna go see it. Y'all gonna definitely go see that ignorant shit. Now, what I want to know is, where's Mr. Tyler Perry? Because I'm sure Mr. JD is real competent. I'm sure he can make it happen. He's probably real big on the black chitlin circuit and all of that. But y'all know that y'all want to see Mr. TP on the fucking stage. That is guaranteed gold. You know, I know Tyler is too busy with Oprah, honey. He done left y'all niggas down here. Okay, Tyler up on here, over here somewhere with Miss Oprah Winfrey and T.D. Jakes and all the rest of them doing life classes, Iyanla and all of them. She doing this play, so it's no hate there. I like Shaunie as a businesswoman. She's very shrewd and she does make some good decisions. So anyway, she got this play coming up. You know, her man Marlon, he is an actor and a model, for those of you guys who didn't know. Marlon want to read for the play, and when he gets down there, you guys, he's all right. He's not over the top enough for the black stage play because y'all know the black people plays, we do things like we put 20 on 10 on everything. What might be a little bitty tear and just a little sniffle of a cry turns into a full out. That's how folks cry on the black play stage. Marlon wasn't quite there. We're going to have to go with the other guy if we was really to make a choice between the two. Here's the advantage. Marlon is fucking the executive producer. And honey, if that ain't a brownie point, then I don't know what is. Now, let's talk about Tammy and her meeting with her life coach. Before we get into any of it, let's just take this time to commend Tammy for realizing that she has some issues with anger, trust, self-containment issues, and that she wants to make a positive and forward-moving change in her life. So she has reached out to this life coach. The lady actually looked familiar. I don't remember what her name was. I might have missed that part, but I've seen this lady around. Tammy's whole thing is people will not let her progress, okay? People won't let Tammy be great and let her make the changes that she needs to make in her life. They always want to remind her of how she used to be. They always want to keep her back on negative alley, and she done turned the corner to positive street, and we can't seem to make it with her. Okay, Tammy, so I guess you saying that everybody controls your emotions. Okay, that means that you don't have control of yourself, which I think that we have seen in Tammy plenty of times. I feel like the coach was really good at letting Tammy know that the shit that happened in her past with her mother is a direct reflection on the reason the way she is today. And that is 100% true, you guys. We are a product of our environment. However we've grown up, even if you might not think it, it could be negative or positive, but you know, however you was as a child of them what's the word? Formula. See, I'm trying to use a big word, y'all. Them stages when you was getting formed and molded into the person that you're gonna be, that shit has a direct reflection on the way that you are today. I'm not really trying to speak ill of the dead because her mother has passed already. I will just say that it just kind of seems like Tammy and her mother's relationship was very convoluted, and you know, we obviously don't know all that has gone on in her past. And I think we noticed that from the conversation that Tammy had with her mother last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, when they were talking about the mom, you know, once the mom gets to the point where she can't take care of herself anymore, that she needs to be in hospice now. You guys, listen, I will say that taking care of a dying person is a daunting task. It is very difficult. It's hard emotionally. It's hard physically. People change as they're dying. Their attitudes become hard to deal with sometimes, you know, and it's just a lot on all of the family dynamic and everything. However, I've had a great relationship with my mother. My mother, I couldn't imagine me even ever telling my mother that she needed to be in hospice. Now, my mom and dad were still married when my mom was sick, and so, you know, and they lived in their home. They've been in their home since the 60s, and, you know, my dad was there to take care of her along with my brothers and everything. But there's no way that I could imagine telling my mother that she needed to go to hospice, that I was not up to the task of taking care of her. At some point, it just seems like that's something that you owe your parents. But like I said, we don't really know Tammy and Tammy's mother's relationship. And so I'm not really going to pass judgment on her. I just kind of feel like that was a scene that should have never, ever been filmed. Okay, because it made Tammy look like she was just real selfish and not too much concern for her mother. And, you know, wasn't willing to be kind of put out for her mother, who eventually is not going to be there no more. So, you know, it's just going to be a matter of time, and let the woman die around her family. You know, I was there with my mother. I was there in her house, in her bedroom, as she took her very last breath. And that was some comfort in me knowing that my mother was in a place that so many things had happened, positively, negatively, everything in her life. This was a place where her life pretty much began with her kids and her husband, and that's where it ended. So y'all know how I get. One day I'm going to be able to talk about this situation without getting teary-eyed. But so all that to say, we can't really, I just wish they hadn't filmed any of that. So that is a little background on why Tammy is the way she is. Her mom obviously used to fuss at her and point at her and wave the hands. Her mom used to use a certain type of tone, and that all has registered in Tammy's mind today as disrespect, like the ultimate disrespect, to the point where you cannot keep, you know, you just can't do it. She don't want you to raise a hand. She want that voice to be real calm and level. It better not sound like you want to get no shit started. Now, I think that we all realize that the reason why nobody is ever able to turn the corner with Tammy is because she's never able to seize the opportunity to show that she's grown and changed, okay? And we'll talk about it a little bit later, but, you know, if you're going to keep saying that you're going to do something, then what do you need to do? You need to do it, okay? Quit talking about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. So Tammy is still working on trying to change her reaction. I like the way the coach, the life coach, told her that other people's opinions of you are just that, their opinion, okay? And it ain't got nothing to do with you. It is none of your business. I used to be, and still to some extent, you know, worried about how people thought about me. And this channel has really helped me to realize that everybody just ain't gonna like you. You can do every single thing perfectly right and do a lot for everybody and be there for everybody and all of that, and somebody is still not gonna like your ass. I want people to like me, yes, but the occasional thumbs down, or for somebody to, you know, leave a comment and say you a stupid bitch, or I don't like you, or whatever it is, that doesn't get me down, because hey, I know that I'm not a stupid bitch, okay? And I know I'm not a thumbs down. If that's what they think about me, fine. It's so funny. It's this guy on his McDonald's break. He just sitting over there looking at me like, what the fuck is she doing? Every time I look over at him, he looking at me. Anyway, y'all, let me get on with this because I got to get back to work. Tasha's weave bar is opening, and Tasha is stressed out about it. The shit ain't coming together like she would really want it to come together, and she's getting a little concerned. The girls, Evelyn, Shaunie, and Susie, because, you know, Tasha is feeling some kind of way about it, they decide that they're going to go out. Plus, it's Tasha's birthday coming up as well. They're going to go out and get her a gift. This is to calm down the stress that Tasha's feeling. Now, you know me, if I had a girlfriend that was really feeling stressed out about things, what would you do? Would you go and buy them a spa gift certificate maybe so they can get an hour massage, or buy them a bottle of wine, or suggest a girls trip on the weekend or something like that? That's what we normally would do. No, not this group here. This particular group, they decide they're gonna get a fucking dildo. Listen, I ain't met a sex toy that I don't like, but I can look at Tasha and see that maybe that wasn't the best idea. Like, what? You know, I have a friend who can't stand sex toys. Very, very prude and standoffish. You know you are. I can't convince that bitch to even get a little bullet. I mean, fuck, just a little teeny tiny little something. If I was to buy her a gift like that, she would be offended. So I look at Tasha and I'm just like, yeah, there was so many other things I wanted. I mean, but whatever. I guess that's what they wanted to do, okay? They at the store. It's, you know, it's a chance for Susie to give some low-key shade about the panties. You know, it's a pair of panties there that's got a hole in the front and it's for a strap-on. You know, so if you want to strap that on, and you can, if you're a woman, you can fuck somebody else, you know. We're going to talk about that low-key shade a little bit later as well. Oh, I'm so hungry. Can't wait to get this Big Mac. Don't y'all love a Big Mac? Big old fries and a strong-ass Dr. Pepper. Okay, so let's get to this dinner. The girls get together because they are wanting to get to the bottom of this he say she say shit. Everybody is there, and first off we start with Tasha's weave bar. Okay, Tasha's in good spirits because the weave bar is coming along really good. Okay, just a few days ago we had electricity busting out and shit not working around there, place empty and looked like it needed to be painted, and carpet wrong and wires everywhere, and today it's looking like it's gonna happen. So Tasha is happy about it. Next, we get on the subject of Tammy and what we were talking about earlier, which was what? They will not let Tammy be great. This is the nitty gritty right here, okay? They want to know if the negative seed was planted in Tasha's mind by telling her that the shit could go really right or really wrong when Tammy and Tasha met. Tasha lets Evelyn and Shaunie off the hook and is just like, you know what? It did not put a negative seed in there because I already knew your motherfucking ass was crazy to begin with. I'm a grown woman and I can make decisions for myself, and no, that did not make any difference. Now, Tammy is just really, like I told you guys, she is just really frustrated that everybody will not let her forget. But the whole thing is like, Tammy, people are not just, we don't just forget shit, okay? You can't act to cut up a goddamn fool 2 days ago, and then because we ain't on Wednesday no more, we on Friday, we supposed to forget that you was acting a damn fool. You have to gain people's trust. You have to gain people's belief in you, okay? And even though they're your friend, and you call them your boon coon or whatever, all of that, when it comes down to it, you have got to prove yourself. Like I said before, she never is able to seize the opportunity because she just always cuts up the damn fool. So what does she do? Evelyn is kind of listening to her, give her reasons of why she was the way she was, and you know what Evelyn does? The unthinkable, and puts her hand up. Not once, but maybe 2 or 3 times, okay? And was just sort of like, bitch, you tripping. Well, you guys know Tammy don't like that. And she immediately jumps up, goes over in Evelyn's face, put your hands up again, put your hands up again. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm just over all of that. It's just stupid. First of all, why are you doing that to somebody that you consider your friend? I mean, do you have to always continuously prove your point that you so tough and you so big and you so bad that you ain't gonna let nobody run over you? It's so ridiculous and childish. And just now, I will say that I felt like it was some grandstanding. It was some showboating. It was for TV. Did I really feel like she was going to reach over there and hit Evelyn? No, I do not feel like she was going to do that. I think that she just was in her moment, like Kelly Price. Kelly Price said the reason why she was acting the way she was is because she was just putting a little extra drama into the TV show. And I think that maybe Tammy was kind of doing a little bit of that day, because they're friends. I don't know how good it is, but they are friends, and I think she respects them enough to not even be busting bitches in the face, even though she says she will. And that's why it was so easy for Shaunie to bring her back down, because she wasn't there. Because you guys know, when we see Tammy get to 10, ain't no bringing the bitch back, okay? She don't come back that easily. Yeah, I know she trying to change and all of that, but when she's all the way in it, it don't just be a Tammy, we not gonna do this. We not gonna do this today. And she just immediately brings it back down. She did finally calm down enough to sit down and just be like, okay. And I think that was for us to see that she is changing. But yeah, I was just like, girl, that wasn't even, you wasn't finna do nothing anyway. Then we get to the whole head button comment. Okay, Evelyn confronts Tasha about the fact that, she mentioned to Shaunie something about head button. And, Evelyn was just like, nobody even says that. Yeah, I'm going to whoop a bitch ass, or yeah, I'm going to cuss that bitch out, or whatever. You don't be like, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to headbutt that bitch to death. Evelyn was just like, why would you even say that? And, Tasha, now we can all agree that Tasha was full of shit when she was just like, no, I didn't say that. It was no slight to you at all. Had nothing to do with you. It was just a comment that I made. I was just like, okay, Tasha. The only reason why I let Tasha slide on that is because I feel like Tasha had a one get back. And you guys know what the get back was. And Tasha even passively aggressively brought it up and was just like, but if I really wanted to be funky and salty, I could bring up the fact that you put my whole life on blast, put the chef incident in your book, didn't even ask me if it was okay to use it in your story. You told everybody that you sent out releases or whatever. I didn't ever get a release. Okay, so I had to live my whole life again in your story. I could be salty if I wanted to, but I'm not. I let her have it, y'all. Okay, I let her have it. Granted, she should have said that shit back at the beginning, like I said, but if you want to hold on to some shit and then bring it up later at your advantage, when you was used in a situation like this, you know what, I'm just gonna let Tasha have it. Now we ain't gonna give you much more of these passes, Tasha, but today it's okay. Tasha even took it a step further, threw Susie under the bus, okay, and was just like, since we being all out and open about what we've been saying about headbutting and shit, I said the shit in the limousine a couple of weeks ago when we was on the way to the Peter thing, and Susie thought that shit was funny. The attention was deflected from Tasha to Susie, and Evelyn was pissed about the fact that Susie was saying, Susie just kind of had her foot in her mouth and was just like, you know how she was. The shit was just funny to me. It was funny, and it was, it was good, it was funny, and it was sad. It was good for Tasha. It was funny that Susie's stupid ass got caught, and then it was sad for Evelyn. Okay, a lot of people were saying last night on Twitter that they felt like Evelyn was going back into her victim mode and really trying to get people to feel sorry for her by explaining, starting with the tears and everything. But you guys have to understand that this was a woman, regardless of how we feel about her relationship with Chad, she loved him They got married, the shit didn't work out, and she had to, you know, go through a very public divorce. Let's give her a break a little bit and say that, yes, she probably is very emotionally beat down and battered from all that has happened. So I don't feel like she was trying to make us feel sorry for her. I think that she was affected. I think it was humiliating for her to be the brunt of a joke. Okay, nobody wants to be a brunt of a joke. And this was just something to let you know that you can be flying so fucking high. Things could be going so perfectly for you, and in the blink of an eye that shit could come crashing down and be over. We gotta learn them lessons sometimes. So I feel like, was Evelyn being, you know, trying to play on people's feelings? No, I think that she was humble. I think that she realized that, like, damn, it's just everything coming at me from all these different angles. You know what? I'm just going to get up and go. You cannot fight and fuss and be ready to beat up everybody and argue with everybody when shit is not going your way. I think that it was something that was hard to watch, but it was necessary, and that she kind of deserved it. And this is kind of how shit goes in life sometimes. Okay, so the thing about the show, you guys, is that we might actually see some growth in these women. Okay, because I do kind of see Evelyn and Tammy, you know, really kind of going through some changes. Whatever the changes is going to be, I don't think we know it quite yet. But I do see something trying to evolve in these two. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be cool with it. And hopefully this season will be one that will, you know, end up positively for everybody in the cast for a change. Alright, you guys, so that's it. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Itsrox. The channel is for Itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar below. Alright? Alright. So I hope that you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.